Hey, Maxim here. So, I'm outside again, and it's beautiful now. It's like +2 here, and you can see snow falling, probably. See behind me. So it's quite an interesting weather because it's like on the edge of winter is ending, but the spring hasn't started yet. So some people will be like, oh, it's nasty and it's all like a lot of water everywhere. But I think it's beautiful because it's the time when you see how the winter goes away and the spring comes and nature inevitably gets back the summer, the sun, and all the joy. So it's a reminder for us, right? That behind every hard moment, behind every cold and sickness and feeling like your heart is broken, lies something else. Lies sun and summer. So it's seasons. Just need to wait. So today I did one video on fear of success, but this one is more realization of that fear of success is a direct connection with the fear, especially for men at least, is the fear of letting go, of setting your intention of what you want to be doing, and just letting go. That's hard because we're taught to be controlling. We're taught to, hey, you need to do that and that and that. You are responsible. You are in control. Which is true to some extent, but that's being responsible, being always in control. It's kind of very masculine at the same time. It's not the divine masculine we call it. The divine masculine is this concept of the pure masculine, which is like I don't know, Batman masculine. It's the self-aware masculine, and according to the theories I've read, at least, the self-aware masculine is the one who doesn't actually do much. It's more observing than doing, and observation is essentially letting go of control. Instead of trying to having a conversation with someone, then you try to like move this conversation to a certain way. You just see how it flows, and you observe and you listen instead of trying to control it. And so, how is it connected to fear of success? From my experience, I just realized that for me, success is scary because it's like success from the way it was defined, right? As I've mentioned recently in my blog, I've redefined success for myself recently. Is that success is not financial success. It's not like, hey, how many houses I have, or how many millions of dollars I have in my bank account. For me, it's for every venture, for everything I do, like as a relationship, business, or anything, did they give me growth? And if I grew from that experience, then it was success. Because for financial aspect is very one-sided. It's very one-dimensional also. It's taking this whole aspect about that experience, which was not only about finances, and putting it down into like one simple measure. Let's just talk about money there. And if there was not enough money there, then it was a failure. Was it? Or was it a learning? Because if you look at like all the successful entrepreneurs, probably except like lucky people like Mark Zuckerberg, at least according to his history, like all others like Elon Musk and Ford for that matter, they went through shit. They went through many failures as people perceive them, if they perceive it from a financial perspective. But I think they made from a lot of success. They try, they make mistakes, they learn from them, they keep trying. Make mistakes, learn, keep trying. Keep trying and learning is what success is. And at some point you reach the point where you learn to the extent where it just aligns perfectly for you. And then you get the dimension that everyone wants so much. But it's not the only part of it. An appreciation of the journey of those people, like Elon Musk, for example, actually was broke completely. He leased his house or something like that like a story for Tesla and for SpaceX. It wasn't going anywhere. They like, we're not gonna make it. People were scared, and then it worked. So, well, he was like almost at like financial disaster point, like bankruptcy, and look at where he is now. So, I feel like when we stop being afraid of us people being judging us and feeling like, oh, we should earn that much and earn that much, and just look at the experience as a whole, and what are the lessons from every experience, from like perceived negative experience where you got, let's say, screwed away by your business partner or something like this. If you ever had something like this, then yeah, it can be like, oh, this was an epic failure. No, it wasn't an epic failure. The end was not very nice, but the experience itself was a lot of learning, and even from the end, you can learn things. You can learn what do you do in a scenario like this. How do you stay in your power when the people just like cheat you or something like this? That's a very different perspective, I think. For me, it changes a lot, and I feel like I kind of stopped fighting it and stop being like, I know, like I know what I want in a bigger scales, like as I called it intention the other day. I know what my intention is, and how it's gonna unfold. I have no clue, and I don't know when it's gonna unfold, and I just keep to intention. I just keep the intention strong, and remembering that through every experience that the intention is still the same. My intention. Even if the experience is not positive, it's still experience, it's still success, because I learn from it and I keep moving forward. Keep pushing for that intention, for finding for realization of the vision. But to do that, you need to let go. I know it kind of sounds weird, because to keep pushing, you actually need to let go and let it unfold. Because if we try, it's the same thing as like, I remember my psychoanalyst, or whatever you call it, therapist. She's not a therapist really. Therapists don't do that much energy work. She told me this thing is like, when you search for a partnership through Tinder or something like this, you won't find the right partnership, because you are searching with a need. You're searching with a need to be in a relationship. The need is the wrong energy. Like, you need the relationship, don't need the relationship. Same thing with a job or with the business that you want to. Don't need the business. If you need to find a job, then you will find a job, but you will not find a job which will be the one you really love. You will find the one which meets your need for a job. But if you let go and you stop, because like what I did with my need, like obviously we all have need for finances because this is the world it is, right? So I have a side thing which I do to teach people software, and that gives me not much cash, but it gives me enough cash to sustain myself. And that way I don't have a need to search for a business to join, because my financials are satisfied. The only thing is, if the business that I would join aligns with my intention, then it's a very different story. Then I don't need it, but I see that it's clearly on a path. And but yeah, the need is very different from the being able to just fall and like being able to choose. Because I used to search for a job from a need to like from finances. Like 10 years I did this, and then I don't want to do this anymore, because my job is not aligned with what my intent is. Like, my intent is not to earn money. That's satisfying the need. My intent is to do something bigger than that, and then I need to search with an intent instead of with a need. It's very different. So let go sometimes, and success might just fall in your hands, you know. See you.